This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
Alamo 1 now. Welcome to Grady Field, the Alamogordo Lady Fast Pitch Complex. And we're ready to go here for game number 2 of our doubleheader as the Lady Tigers won an exciting 12-11 game 1. And game 2, we are going to see some switches. Iceland Ortiz will pitch for the Lady Tigers. Both teams are not going with their starters from the first game. Both those young ladies threw a ton of pitches. So we'll get a different look at some different pitchers here in game 2 of the doubleheader. The defensive setup for Alamogordo is Ortiz in the circle. Haley Evans will catch here in game 2. And then Alyssa Bautista's over at first as here comes the first pitch, and that'll miss high. It's Sandra Roberto to lead things off. She had a very big game 1. What looked like was going to be the game-winning 3-run home run in the top of the 7th inning. She had a heck of a game. Second base is Maddie Ruiz. Shortstop is Amani Kosum. As the pitch misses high, Davi Gonzalez is at third. 2-0. Outfield is Addie Chamberlain in left. Center is Chloe Lunar and Alexis Rodriguez in right. And this is hit in the air towards center field. And Lunar is going to get to that and make the easy grab, and there's one down. Meanwhile, for Mayfield, Sandra Roberto just popped out there. Emma Enoch, who led off the first game, will hit second in this one. Angelina Ramirez hitting third, just as in game 1, and Peyton Oliver, the cleanup hitter. Same. And this is hit towards left center field, and that'll get down just in front of Chamberlain. And it'll be a one-out single for Enoch. Annalise Perez hitting sixth. I think she moves up from, I think she was at the bottom of the order. I think she was 9 last time. Then Angelina Garcia, who hit second in game 1, hits 7th this run around. Jalen Barella hits 8th. And then it's Amaris Diaz. And a good off-speed pitch there from Heiss, and it's 0-1. Just starting game 2 of our doubleheader. And as someone texted me, yes, we did start game 1 at 5. That's a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-2. It did take us the better part of 3 hours to get that first game. It was 12-11, so shouldn't be too surprised by that. We'll see if it's something similar or maybe a bit more expedient here in game 2. Fouled off and back at the screen here by Ramirez. It'll stay 0-2. Yeah, but have this conversation with folks that traditionally baseball doubleheaders are the ones that tend to take a little bit longer. This year it's been softball for some reason. I couldn't tell you why. And here's a pop-up that might stay in play. No, it's going to go off the top of the Alamogordo dugout. Bautista gave chase over from first base. And so 0-2, the count stays. Again, some other finals for y'all. Tularosa swept their doubleheader 14-0, 10-0 over Socorro. And soft liner just off the tip of the glove. They're going to throw to first. Probably could have gone to second. They're not going to get the runner there, but Amani tried to go to first. I think she might have been able to turn it to second and get the lead runner, but infield single for Ramirez. And so similar to game 1, base runners to start things off. And Mayfield got off to a quick start in game 1, scored 2 runs in the top of the first. It feels like ages ago. As Ortiz winds and deals and misses down and in. 1-0 the count. Peyton Oliver to the plate, the catcher. The 1-0. Good off speed that I guess missed low. 2-0. That catches the inside corner for a called strike, 2-1. So didn't have a chance to run through all the stats in the first game. Lady Tigers ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 hits. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. They, surprisingly, Ice did not try to go to third and get the lead runner. She took the safe out at first, which, hey, if she gets the third out here, that won't be an issue. But, yeah, that was one where she could have probably gone to third. She probably could have gone to second and maybe turned two there, but I also understand taking the safe out and just focusing on the next hitter as the first pitch misses a little bit high, 1-0. 1-3 on the put out, second out. Always easy to sit on a microphone up here and say, oh, you should have done that. First strike, 1-1. Here comes the pitch. And that must have missed a little bit high, 2-1. Yeah, Lexer Cloylenar, when I finally added it up, complete game, 11 strikeouts, 11 runs, 10 hits, 5 walks, 5 hit by pitch. And who knows how many pitches she threw in that game. High fly ball that will go foul at the first base side. And it'll be 2-2 now here to Lujan. Alexis Rodriguez 1 for 3 with the grand slam, 5 RBIs, 2 runs. Ice Ortiz 3 for 3, double, 2 RBIs and a run scored. Chloe Lenar 2 for 3 with an RBI, a run, 2 doubles, or 2 walks, I should say. Monty Kosum 2 for 4 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Alyssa Bautista 2 for 4 with a run scored. And that one just misses inside. That looked like a pretty good pitch there from Ice, but 3-2 now. Addie Chamberlain 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Haley Evans 1 for 5 with an RBI. Davi Gonzalez 0 for 2. RBI, 2 runs, 2 walks. And this is hit in the air, and that's going to get down. So that will allow 2 runs to score. And, yeah, it's one of those that maybe you're a little frustrated with not getting the outs that maybe you could have gotten on the last at-bat, but, oh well. Lujan with the 2 RBI single as Enoch scores and Ramirez scores. And we'll get a courtesy runner here. That's number 9 for Mayfield. Checks into the game. That is Brisa Quintana. And here comes the first pitch to Perez. And she'll hit this high in the air to shallow center field, just behind Ruiz at second. She'll make the play, and the inning is over. But just like game 1, Mayfield gets 2 in the top half. We'll see if Alamogordo can answer back in a similar fashion. Remember, they scored 6, including a grand slam in the bottom of the first of game 1. Who knows? Maybe we'll get something similar. Lady Tigers to hit when we return here on Alamos Mountain Talk.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, bottom of the first inning. And it is Amani Kosum to lead things off for the Lady Tigers. Don't think there's any change in the batting order for the Lady Tigers. They definitely had a lot of defensive changes. As here comes the first pitch, and that'll be in there for a strike. So it's Ariana Lujan who will pitch the second game for Mayfield. And then, same as before, Peyton Oliver behind home plate. Bunt attempt is fouled off by Kosum, and she's behind the count now, 0-2. So Kosum and then Haley Evans. Kosum switching around to the right-hand batter's box, as she tends to do on 2 strikes, sometimes 1 strike. And that'll miss high, 1-2. Chloe Lenar hitting in the 3 spot. Iceland Ortiz will hit cleanup again for Alamogordo with Alyssa Bautista batting 5th. Here comes the 1-2. And that one comes in and hits her. And I think, or did that? Okay, they did call it hit by pitch. For a second, I wasn't sure if they were going to call it off the bat. And that's what the pitcher Lujan is telling her coach and trying to say that went off of the bat. Or that maybe she offered a swing at it. I didn't think she went around on a swing on that. Yeah, they're talking over. Yeah, I didn't think there was any way she swung. She was kind of almost like curling up to try to get out of the way of it there. But never a bad thing to try and win an out like that, because they threw over to first, I think, trying to claim that she went around on it. And that's going to be a bunt attempt and a called ball as Haley Evans comes to the plate. Get to the rest of the Alamo lineup here in just a second. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. So Davi Gonzalez hitting 6th again, followed by Maddie Ruiz, Alexis Rodriguez, and then Addie Chamberlain will round out the lineup for Alamogordo. 2-0 Mayfield on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Game 2 of our doubleheader. 12-11, Alamogordo wins game 1. If you weren't with us, on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Hard hit, but foul. 1-2 the count. Kosum hit by pitch in her at bat. And Evans, the number 2 hitter for the Lady Tigers, at the plate. So Alamogordo 11-8 now in the season and 2-6 in district. And just getting a piece of it is Evans. And that will keep the count 1-2. Mayfield, I believe it's 13-5 now for them after that defeat. Trying to remember their record before we came into this, but 3-5 in district, and that one will clip off the glove to the backstop. Kosum will get to second on the play. Yeah, Mayfield 13-5 and 3-5 in district now. Here comes the 1-2. That'll miss high again to the backstop, and Kosum will get the third. So 3-2 the count now. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Went after one up a little bit. And that'll be a strikeout for Evans. And Chloe Lunar will come to the plate with one out and a runner on third. Chloe with a couple of hits in game one. RBI, a couple of walks. As Lujan looks in the dugout to get the pitch call. And she'll see this one fouled off. They count 0-1. Well, just 3 home games left for the Lady Tigers after this one. They'll be at home on Monday for a single game against Las Cruces at 5 o'clock. And then they'll have senior night doubleheader against Gadsden. And this is hit hard, left center field. It is out of here. Opposite field, 2-run smash from Chloe Lunar, and we are tied. Yeah, so much for me thinking we're going to see any home runs today. That is the 3rd home run we've seen between the 2 teams. Now, definitely the winds have died down significantly from what we had. You can't hear the wind in my mic, so there's a good way to show that the wind is not blowing, but Lunar shoots that opposite field. And so it is 2-2. Well, you certainly get the feeling like we're in store for a very similar game to game one. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe this is the only scoring we're going to get here is in the first inning. You never know. Iceland Ortiz steps to the plate. She had a very good game one. They did not get her out once. 3 hits and a walk. A double, 2 singles, 2 RBIs. And she tried to bunt on that first offering. 0-1 as she came up empty. That's right in there for a strike. 0-2. Yeah, both teams showing off their bats again. It's been what we've got. Both teams had double-digit hits in the first game, and that's right for a called strike 3. And 2 down. And we'll bring up Alyssa Bautista. Had a couple of hits in the first game. And a couple of runs scored, I believe, as well. 1 run scored. But it really took a team effort. Everybody got on base in the first game. Almost everybody had a hit. Almost everybody had at least two hits in the game. So 6 of the 9 in the batting order came away with 2 hits in game one. Bautista, ground ball that just gets underneath the glove of Perez. And so, I don't think I'm going to go E3 there. That was, I think, a playable ball for the first baseman. And Davi Gonzalez will come to the plate. Davi 0 for 2 with an RBI, 2 runs scored, and 2 walks. So even though Davi didn't have a hit in the first game, she was crucial. Her 2 walks, when she got on base, she scored both times. And then she also had an RBI on one of those walks as well with the bases loaded. First pitch will miss inside, and the count's 1-0. So it's one of those things. Sometimes you look at the numbers and you say, "Oh, it didn't have a hitter." You know, you get on base and you make a contribution. That's all that matters. And that one misses a little further inside, 2-0. There's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. 2-1. 2-run home run from Chloe Lenars tied up this game in the bottom of the second. And by the way, it's still breezy out there. It's just definitely not as windy as it was. 2-1. Ground ball to short. And it'll be an easy flip on to second. And the inning is over. But not before the Lady Tigers have tied it up, even at 2 after 1 full inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Top of the second next, you're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019, 2-0 count and fouled off 2-1. As we begin the top of the second inning, and it's 2-2 your score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard in game 2 of our doubleheader. Annalise Perez, nope, actually it is Angelina Garcia at the plate. Garcia, the only lefty in this lineup, and this one a soft liner and a little hop from Madison Ruiz to gather that in, and it's 1 out. And so it'll be 1 down. Brings up Jalen Barella, the left fielder, her first time, and first pitch will be high and outside. As both teams got on the board in the first inning. And we'll see maybe if both pitchers find a way to settle down here. And swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now to Barella. Now, I would say it would be big for the Lady Tigers if they can find 2 pitching options for the remainder of this season that they can feel really solid with. And whether it's Ice or Alexis that's able to do it, take a little bit of the shoulder or weight off the shoulders of Chloe. I think both ladies are capable of it. 2-2. That'll miss just a little high and outside. 3-2. But maybe the biggest thing for the Lady Tigers is keep hitting the baseball or hitting the softball the way that they have. As this is popped up, it'll get out of play. And keep the count 3-2. Mention again, Tularosa softball, 14-0, 10-0. In fact, I see, I think a couple of Tularosa parent and Tularosa player down here to my right that have made their way over this game, and we've got another softball, a couple of softballs coming in now. Lady Cats, by the way, 10-5 and 6-0 in district. And this is high in the air. If it stays fair, it's gone. Oh, gosh, it stayed in. Wow, okay. My depth perception was terrible there. I thought that was getting over the fence, but it actually ended up dropping in the field of play in foul territory. And so just a very long strike. Addie Chamberlain gave good chase to it, but couldn't get there. By the way, Tularosa's playing on Saturday. They're going to play a non-district doubleheader against Robertson. They were going to go up and play West Las Vegas and Robertson in a doubleheader, but it'll be just Robertson. And that'll miss high, loses her on a walk. So they'll jump out of district for a doubleheader this weekend and then back to district next week. It's a runner on first, and Amaris Diaz at the bottom of the order. We'll watch that one miss high and away. It's a 1-0 count. Now, if you've stuck with us, we're past the 9 o'clock hour now. And I honestly couldn't tell you how long this one's going to go compared to the first game, but ground ball, this could be two. They will step on the bag, get one, toss on to first, is in time. They got her. And then a hard slide, and both players are down at second base. As Kosum stepped on the bag, sliding in was Barela. And wouldn't be surprised if Barela maybe got hit in the head with Kosum's knee. But the 6-3 double play. And it looks like Kosum is okay. Barela may be another story, though. She's still on her back. He's over there already. David Maldonado, the Alamogordo Tiger athletic trainer, is on one knee talking to her right now, and she's sat up, and now she's getting up. And I'm sure he'll probably do a concussion check with probably a hit to the head there. And so they're doing that right now. We can take a break. But a double play to end the inning for the Lady Tigers. It's a 2-2 ball game. We go to the bottom of the second. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Did you know that this week is Community Banking Week? Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Well, if the day couldn't get a little bit weirder, we've got, I'm not really sure what it is. Some type of animal that got onto the field. I thought it looked like a mouse, but I've been told that there may be certain coaches that are not exactly friendly with mice that was ushering off the field. That person will remain nameless. But they managed to usher it off the field, so I couldn't tell what it was. At first, I thought it was a tarantula, but I don't think so. So, who knows? Hey, there's a ball game going on. 2-2 is your score. We're in the bottom of the second inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, game 2 of our doubleheader. Now, let me check and see if maybe we've got a final in game 2 of the Alamo baseball doubleheader. They lost 9-3 in game 1. And, yeah, game 2 has not gone final quite yet. Maddie Ruiz leading things off. First pitch will miss. Nice double play, by the way, and everybody ended up being okay. The Mayfield player walked off in her own power, and she is out there in the field as Ruiz tries to lay down a bunt, but comes up empty there. And here comes the 1-1 to Ruiz, who had a couple hits in the first game, and she'll put one on the ground to short. Toss on to first is in time. And there's one down here in the bottom of the second inning. Brings up Alexis Rodriguez now. Alexis hit the big grand slam. And we'll say again, happy birthday to Alexis. That's a pretty nice birthday gift. I don't know, can't really call it a gift. She did it. And the pitch misses low, 1-0. But also for a young lady in her senior year, she'll have that kind of memory as well. As here comes the 1-0. And up and in it comes, 2-0. As Alexis leans back out of the way of it. Probably have some track and field results for you guys tonight as well up on our Alamo Sports Facebook page. It's in the dirt. 3-0. But hey, we'll take you all the way to the end of this one. As here comes the pitch. And that's going to be a little bit of a delayed called strike, as Rodriguez was, I think the only reason she was going to first is because the umpire took a little bit of time to make the call. 3-1. And she'll hit a chopper to first. Off the glove of Perez. She recovers, and then she throws it away, but it's not going to get that far away, and Alexis is a little worse for wear after that. She's holding her left hip. And I guess she's okay. Maybe when she stepped on the bag, she sort of short-legged it. Jam your thigh up, up into your hip kind of thing. Me and my medical diagnosis from up here, but E3. Second error at first base for Mayfield in this game. But it puts Alamogordo with a runner on, and Addie Chamberlain, who another person in the order with a couple hits. Chamberlain stepped back out of the batter's box as she needed to check the cheat sheet on her wrist, and she watched the first pitch miss down and in, 1-0. So yeah, coming up this week, I don't think we have anything going on Friday this week, but Saturday, Tularosa baseball goes out to Cobre. Tularosa softball, as that pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1. Goes up to Robertson, plays in Las Vegas. And Mescalero Apache baseball is in Las Cruces, taking on Mesilla Valley Christian for a single game. And here's a bunt attempt. That'll go foul. And 1-2. Tularosa Track and Field hosting the Pat Ventura Relays on Saturday. That'll start at 9 a.m. Mescalero Apache making the trip out to Fort Sumner on Saturday. And the 1-2 on this high. Cloudcroft, by the way, is going to also be at the Pat Ventura Relays. And I think that's it. So golf on Monday, Alamogordo heading up to Albuquerque. They'll be playing at the Canyon Club Golf Course. 2-2. Ooh. I'm not sure where that missed. 3-2. Understandable reaction from the Mayfield crowd. That looked like that was right on the outside corner. Three-two. Swing and a miss, and there's the strikeout. So 2 down, and back to the top of the order with Monty Kosum, who was hit by a pitch and eventually would come around and score on the 2-run home run from Chloe Lunar. I think they got a new speaker for the PA because I don't remember being able to feel the bass on the one they've been using most of the season. Here's a pickoff throw to first, and Rodriguez will get back in time. Pitch missed, and it's 1-0. Mescalero Apache Golf, by the way, is going to travel out to Spring River Golf Course in Roswell. Here's a chopper to second, and the toss on to first is in time for 4-3 is over, and both teams don't score a run, which I don't think that happened in any inning in the last game. Both teams put up zeros in the same half inning. It was just one of those wild games. So, to be fair, Mayfield didn't score a run only in one inning in the first game, so that definitely narrows it down. All right, we will take you to the top of the third after the break. Richardson Motor scoreboard. We're tied at 2. You're listening to the Lady Tigers here on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. And we're at the top of the third inning. And Mayfield's Sandra Roberto swings and misses. She had full a little bit of the off speed from Iceland Ortiz. 0-2. She fouled off the first one hard up the third base line. And swings and misses and strikes out. First strikeout for Ice. And there's one down. And she's looked solid here over the first 2 1/3 innings. Emma Enoch, single and a run scored back in the first. And that'll miss just low in the first offering, 1-0. Again, the defensive setup for Alamogordo. Ortiz pitching, Evans catching. Here comes the 1-0. And a ground ball, too short, and Amani Kosum fields it cleanly. Toss on to first. And an easy second out. 2 down. So Kosum at short. Batista at first. Ruiz at second. And at third is Davi Gonzalez. Left field is Addie Chamberlain. Center is Chloe Lunar. Right is Alexis Rodriguez. So it'll bring up Angelina Ramirez. And she'll hit this one in the air to right field. And Rodriguez has got it. And the inning is over. So a very economical top of the third inning. And the Lady Tigers put Mayfield down in order, something I don't think they did in the first game either. So pretty good start here for the Lady Tigers. We go to the bottom of the third inning. And a 2-2 ball game on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. A chopper that just went foul for Haley Evans in her first swing of this bottom of the third inning, and 0-1. So 2, 3, and 4 in the order here for the Lady Tigers. And stepping back in, Evans. Lujan, the pitcher, will miss just a little bit high. 1-1. Evans struck out her first time up. Evans, Lunar, and Ortiz this inning for the Lady Tigers. 2-2 your score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Swing and a miss for Evans. And 1-2 now. I'm not sure we gave you the defensive setup for Mayfield. I think I did when I was giving you the lineup, but we'll run through it again since we're kind of partway through this game. And this is hit in the air, right center field. It is going to be caught, though. Center fielder Enoch makes the play, and there's one down. Pretty good contact there from Haley. Just got underneath it a bit too much. So Enoch out in center. Angelina Ramirez in right. Left fielder is Jalen Barela. I obviously mentioned Lujan, the pitcher, and Peyton Oliver, the catcher. Annalise Perez at first. The second baseman, Amaris Diaz. As here comes the first pitch to Lunar as she sends another one to the fence and gone. Second home run of the game gives the Lady Tigers the lead. Solo shot to right field. And Chloe Lunar, 2 for 2 with 2 jacks and 3 RBIs now as she steps on home plate. A little bit of dance as well. And Iceland Ortiz will come to the plate now. Well, Chloe putting her team on her back here early. All 3 of the runs coming in this inning, or in this game, off her bat. So went opposite field the last time and now pulls this one well out of the ballpark. That was one of those even I was pretty confident on it being out of the ballpark. I'm always a little hesitant to say one of those things. So. All right, looks like we're ready to go. Lujan took a little bit extra time there to try to settle back down. And Iceland Ortiz, who struck out her first time up, comes to the plate. And in there for a strike. Or no, I'm sorry, a little bit high ball. And I apologize. Mayfield is now 4-4 in district. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm looking at baseball. Wait a minute. That's not right. 1-1 the count as the pitch on the inside corner is a strike. Okay, so that is correct. Mayfield's now 3-5 in district after that. 1-1 misses, 2-1. Centennial won both their games tonight, so they're 9-0 in district. No surprise with them playing Gadsden. That's in the dirt. 3-1 now to Ortiz. Morgan Mountain 6-2. So that means they dropped a game tonight to Cruces. Cruces now up to 5-3. And so Mayfield 3-5, Alamogordo 2-6. And a chopper that's, yeah, it's going to be a foul ball. I was going to say she played that in foul territory. And that's what what Mayfield would have wanted there, because I'm not sure that Garcia would have been able to make the play over to first in time. So it'll be 3-2. Base is empty, 1 out. And the Lady Tigers have taken their first lead of this game. Both teams had 2 runs back in the first inning. Alamogordo plates one on the big home run from Chloe Lunar. And that will just miss the high. And Alamogordo picks up a base runner with a walk. And that'll bring up Alyssa Bautista, who reached on an error her last time up. Hard hit ground ball up the line at first that went off of Perez's glove. Coach Ray is calling out the play, and that one's going to get behind the catcher to the backstop, and so it puts a runner on second now for Alamogordo. They're going to actually throw out the second. Ortiz was maybe a step or two off the bag. And so 1-0 the count to Bautista. Here's the pitch. That's right, at the thighs for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1. So Alamo would pull even with Mayfield, but would have the season series if they can win this game. That's going to miss. 2-1 as it's below the knees. Then whatever happens between Cruces and, they're going to at least be 2 games behind Cruces. Could be 3, we'll see. Ground ball that is foul at the first baseline. And the count evens up at 2-2. But I think Cruces and Oregon Mountain both still have Centennial to play. So if Centennial wins all those games, which is very likely, would bring both of those back to the pack a little bit, as that misses a little bit low, 3-2. And of course, Alamo plays Cruces next week. You can bring that back all by yourself. You can win all 3 games next week. But here is a hopper, or one hopper that is stopped at second, but no play. It was very nearly on a line to be able to caught in the air by the second baseman, but unable to make the play there is Diaz. I have a hard time calling that an error. All right, I will. E4. Could have arguably been a single there, but that was right at her. I don't think she had to move there to even get to the softball. But it's runners in the corners now. And this one hit to the opposite field for a base hit and a run scored. And the Lady Tigers double their lead. It's 4-2 now. RBI single from Daviana Gonzalez. As Ortiz scores on the play, she walked earlier in the inning. And it'll be first and second now for Maddie Ruiz. And I think we're going to get a pinch runner. So they'll put a pitch runner in for Alyssa Bautista. And it'll be Madi Colorado that'll come in. Number 14. And with Maddie at the plate, could be a lot of things she could do. She doubled out to left field. She can also lay down a good bunt there. Mayfield certainly believes that she's going to try and bunt here. They're bringing the third baseman in. And now it's going to kick away from the catchers. They don't have to bunt here. It's in the dirt into the backstop. And Lady Tigers have second and third here with one out. And so Ruiz can just go ahead and swing away. 1-0. And that's going to miss a little bit high. 2-0 now. One out with runners on second and third here in the bottom of the third inning. I'm trying to add on to a 4-2 lead. Ruiz ground ball to the left side, and that'll bring a run in. And then they'll try to throw it into the outfield. Davi very nearly got doubled up there. She didn't hurry back to the bag with any sort of, I would say, importance to get back there. But give an RBI to Maddie Ruiz. The ground out 6-3 will bring one in, and that wild pitch definitely hurt Mayfield. And the pitch will miss high to Alexis Rodriguez. 1-0 the count. Alexis reached on an error back in the second. Yeah, defensively, this has been kind of a rough game for Mayfield. They've had a number of wild pitches and errors in the field as well. And that's a called strike just at the belt there. 1-1. I think Coach Ronnie Reyes wants another pinch runner. Outside. And I think they're going to bring in another pinch runner here. So they'll put somebody in for Davi, and Davi, I'm sure, will re-enter. Puts a little bit more speed on the base pass. And number 11. I want to know off the top of my head. It is Jocelyn Pittman. So Pittman will run out at second. It's 2 outs, and so you're running on contact. I feel like it always frees you up as a base runner. And this will be in the air to left field. Should be playable. It is. The shortstop makes a long run. Good play there by Asandra Roberto. And the inning is over. But out before the Lady Tigers put up 3 runs. And a solo home run from Chloe Lunar. RBI single from Davi Gonzalez. RBI ground out from Maddie Ruiz. And the Lady Tigers are in front for the first time here in Game 2. A 5-2 lead on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. See if they can shut it down on the top half of the 4th inning. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Swing and a miss for Peyton Oliver. After she fouled off the first pitch, it's 0-2 now. Top of four. Alamogordo leads 5-2. Iceland Ortiz continues in the circle for the Lady Tigers. And here comes the righty. Ground ball foul. Leadoff hitter for the Trojans here. As this one is lined right back up the middle, that'll be a base hit. Lennar did well to race to her left to keep that from getting further out to the wall. But it's a leadoff single for Mayfield. Lady Tigers would desperately like to keep Mayfield off the scoreboard after grabbing the lead. That was something that was a challenge in the first game, and I think it's been a challenge for them kind of this season, is to come up with those shutdown innings on the other side after scoring some runs. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a ball. And Ariana Lujan, who singled in 2 runs her last time up, comes to the plate, 1 for 1. That's in there for a strike. That's a good pitch from Ortiz. Took a little bit off and runs that right in there on the outer half of the plate, 1-2. And setting up way outside, pitch misses high and out. 2-2 now. Well, 2 strikes on Oliver, and she came up with the single. See if they can get the punch out here. 2 strikeouts for Ortiz today. 2-2. And this one right back at Ortiz, deflects off her leg. They'll try to go to second and get the runner there, but not able to do so. And boy, Ice seems like she's okay. She took that right off her left leg, and she's kind of shaking it off, but I don't even notice a limp after she walked away from that. And now a little bit more of a limp, and she's trying to walk that one out. Yeah, that's just going to hurt for sure. And I guess your hope is it isn't anything more serious than just the pain. She kind of shook her head like she wasn't okay. Yeah. Looks like she's coming off the field, so. Something obviously, but she's not really walking with much of a limp, but something clearly not the way that it should be there. And I see Dave Maldonado, the Alamogordo Tiger athletic trainer, getting some ice in a bag. But, right away, Ortiz walked to the dugout, and so it looks like Chloe Lennar is going to have to come back in and pitch for the Lady Tigers. And we'll see who they put in defensively. And it looks like it's going to be Andrea Sanchez. So they'll probably move her over to right field. And I guess Alexis will go out to center. So we'll see how Chloe does. Pitched a ton in that first game. And, well, I mean, it's one of those things for these young ladies who pitch in travel ball. They play so many games in a given day, and you're throwing sometimes 2, 3, 4 games. It's kind of crazy the schedule they go through. So, I've always wondered how these ladies can pitch both ends of a doubleheader. I know that it's not as much torque maybe as going overhand with as you do in baseball, but can't tell me that your arm isn't starting to feel sore after a while. I mean, it just has to. Now, feel bad for Ice. She was pitching really well here through the first 3 innings plus, and unfortunately just took a liner right back at her shin. So, well, the Mayfield lineup certainly has seen Chloe a lot, and maybe after a little bit of rest here for Chloe, she's been able to not have to pitch for about an hour or so. Kind of can reset everything. We'll see. She ended up getting the win in that first game. I mean, all that really matters. Here's a bunt attempt, and I think that went off of the hitter, but and there's going to be no throw. I thought that went off. Yeah, that went off the hitter. Yeah, I think they're going to call that now. Yeah. When she laid down the bunt, it went off of her. So I believe are they going to call it a foul ball, or are they going to call it, yeah, they're going to call it foul ball. So Perez steps back in, and it'll be 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. She'll try to bunt again. She'll pop it foul. Nobody able to get to it, and it's 0-2. And this is fouled off and out of play. And it'll keep the count 0-2. And that one's going to just miss high and outside. It's 1-2 now. Haley really set up far outside, but I think it was kind of maybe to fool the hitter a little bit to make her think it was going to be a waste pitch. It really didn't miss by a whole lot. And here's a ground ball to second. They will get the runner at second as Kosum was just able to get her glove down and secure it. So force out at second. Runners to the corners with 1 out. Well, they're going to send the runner back now because the coach wants to talk things over there, but he thinks that she was off the bag where she didn't secure it with her glove. And now the runner will leave. I mean, every now and then they do change their call and things like that, but so fielder's choice, 4-6. And it'll bring up Angelina Garcia now. As Lunar back in pitching after the injury to Iceland Ortiz. And that one's going to kick away from the catcher. Evans is going to tag her out. That was an aggressive decision to send the runner from third. It really didn't get that far away. And Evans made a nice play to flip it back to Lunar, and Lunar applies the tag, and they get the runner at home. Perez advances to second on the play. So there's 2 down. Runner on second and 2 out. And here's the pitch, and that'll miss high. 2-0 the count. As Garcia steps back in. And that'll miss outside. 3-0. Jalen Barela in the on-deck circle. She walked in her first at-bat. And that'll miss. So 4-pitch walk. And it's first and second here with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. 5-2, Alamogordo's in front. Can still get out of this inning without any runs across, which would be just great after picking up those 3 runs in the home half of the 3rd. Swing and a miss. A little bit of a change up there from Lunar, and it's 0-1. Barela hitting from the right-hand side. Left-handed pitcher now for the Lady Tigers, the 0-1. That's going to one-hop back to the catcher, Evans. And the count is even at 1-1. And we've got the Mayfield coach with the lineup card coming out and talking to the home plate umpire. Like we're going to get a pinch runner now. And I'd love to tell you who the pinch runner is, but she's wearing a hoodie. I thought he said 11 for 13, but could not hear it. I don't think it's 11. Yeah. Regardless, there's a new pinch runner at second base for Mayfield. And 1-1 the count. I think the home plate umpire is kind of pointing out where the inside line of the batter's box is. Fortunately, the lines are gone. Well, we're having a discussion about, I guess, where she can set up at. Okay, I guess we're good now. The 1-1. And a check swing. Pitch is going to miss outside, 2-1. Popped up and out of play. Count evens up at 2-2 now. Runners on first and second in the top of the 4th inning. Lady Tigers in front 5-2, trying to keep it that way. Here comes the 2-2. Check swing. And she went around. That's the end of the inning. And the Lady Tigers avoid any damage done here in the top of the 4th. They lead 5-2. Had to deal with a pitch injury to their pitcher. And Chloe Lenar comes on and finishes off the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230. 101 now.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Bottom of the fourth. Lady Tigers 2 hits, and Addie Chamberlain will watch the first pitch miss low, 1-0. Both sides of the infield expecting a bunt attempt from Addie, and that is a smart move. And we'll go back to the top of the order with Monty Kosum and Haley Evans in this inning as well. 5-2 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. It is Alamogordo in front of Mayfield. And here's a chopper. That's going to get over the head of the third baseman. That's a heck of a play. Chamberlain will turn the corner at first and head back. And that's, I tell you what, that's good hitting. That she meant to do that on purpose and hit that high chopper because she saw the third baseman coming in. If you can get that over the head, hit it hard into the ground and get it over the head of the third baseman, get yourself a base hit, and she does. And so to bring up Imani Kosum, and wouldn't be surprised to see her try to lay down a bunt here from the left side. And similar to how we talked about it in the first game, keep your foot on the pedal here if you're Alamo. That's in there for a strike, 0-1. Try and give yourself as much breathing room as you possibly can. It just has not been a game where any lead is safe on either side, so. And to be fair, it's not as if teams are ever not trying to score runs, but sometimes you get yourself into a comfortable spot. Hey, we're up 3 runs. But obviously not the way you want to go there. Bunt attempt that's going to go foul for Amani. Still don't have a final score for you guys on Alamogordo baseball. They did lose the first game 9-3, but playing the second game right now. 1-2 the count to Kosum. She'll switch over to the left-hand side of the box, or I should say right-hand side of the box. My left. The 1-2. And just off the plate outside, 2-2. Well, let's say both umpires have been kind of stingy with that outside corner tonight. Definitely some pitches that are close. 2-2. In the dirt, and that'll just get away from the catcher. And so it goes 3-2 and moves the runner up to second base. Runner in scoring position here for the Lady Tigers. The wild pitches have definitely been a problem in this game. And here's a ground ball right to short. Fielded cleanly, toss on to first, and they will get Kosum 6-3. One down, and Haley Evans will come to plate. But that's, I'd say with the wild pitch, that very easily could have been a double play. Would have been difficult with Chamberlain and Kosum and their speed, but that runner in scoring position also took the double play out of order as well. So Evans will step in. And she'll rocket one, but foul up the first baseline, 0-1. Good contact there for Haley. Strikeout and a pop out, 0-2. Bottom of the fourth inning, if you're just joining us. We're getting close to the 10 o'clock hour. Lady Tigers rallied with 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning to win game 1 of this doubleheader, 12-11. And that'll be on the outside corner for a strike, 0-2. And this game started off with a pair of runs in the first and second inning, and then things sort of settled down a little bit, but the Lady Tigers score 3 in the home half of the third and have a 5-2 lead. And this is lifted into left field for a base hit. And so Evans with her first hit of the day. or I should say the first hit of game 2. She did have a RBI single that tied the game. And it puts runners in the corners here with 1 out. A little surprised they're not going courtesy for Haley, but I know she's a good base runner. And here's the young lady who has been smashing them here in game 2. 2 home runs already, 3 RBIs. And that'll miss a little bit low. And the count is 1-0. The 1-0. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. I'll say kind of interesting decision. Mitzi sitting here next to me said, surprised it didn't walk her. Yeah, I'm surprised too. It wasn't an intentional walk, but maybe too early to put in to do that. And in the first game, she had a couple singles, but wasn't hitting home runs all over the place. So I don't know. But man, you get a hitter that gets onto a hot streak like this. It's like I don't know if I want to actually give her a chance to do it again. So watch that in there a little bit low, 3-1, and maybe they're not. This may be that they're not going to give her anything remotely to hit here, but that's easier said than done. That's going to miss high, and that's a walk. So loads the bases. And here's something that's interesting for the Lady Tigers. Andrea Sanchez, who playing out in right field, usually you'd probably see somewhere in that 7, 8, 9 part of the order. Well, she's in the cleanup spot here now. So she's got a great opportunity. Bases loaded. And she'll watch the first one in for a strike, 0-1. Mayfield's infield playing in. And just missing outside is Lujan, 1-1. Bottom of the 4th. Bases loaded for the Lady Tigers. A chance to extend a 5-2 lead. That'll miss inside. Be a touch high as well. 2-1. I think if you're Andre, maybe you just wait till you get to a 2-strike count here. Make her throw you some strikes here. And a ground ball to third. They'll snag it. They'll throw home and get the force. Everybody else will be safe, though. And it'll be 2 outs. So fielder's choice, 6-2, or 5-2, I'm sorry. And Chamberlain is out on the play. Move Evans to third. Chloe up to second. And Sanchez at first. But Alyssa Bautista to the plate. Has reached on a couple of errors. A couple of hard hit balls. But a big chance for her here. And she holds up on a check swing. And the pitch misses high, 1-0. Is going to be a called strike, and the count evens up at 1-1. Well, a huge moment in this game, certainly for Mayfield. The Lady Tigers can get a big hit, kind of break it open a little bit. Ground ball right side, that's through. Base hit. 1 run will score. Lunar hustles around. She will score. And the Lady Tigers get a 2 RBI single from Alyssa Bautista. And it is 7-2 Lady Tigers. Evans and Lunar both score on the play. Or I should say Sanchez moves up to second. And now Davi Gonzalez, who has an RBI single, comes to the plate. Kind of in the spot that Alyssa's been hitting it to. She was up the line on her first at-bat, and it just went off the glove of the first baseman. And Davia will shoot this to left field, but it's right at him, and the inning is over. But the Lady Tigers get two more, and they lead 7-2 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. We go to the top of the fifth inning. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. A swing and a miss for the leadoff hitter, Amaris Diaz from Mayfields. It's bottom of the order, then back to the top. Chloe Lunar in there pitching, had to replace Iceland Ortiz, who had pitched 3 solid innings for the Lady Tigers, but took a liner off of her left shin, and boy, that was unfortunate for Diaz. A pitch that was going to miss high and inside, but unfortunately came in and hit the bat of Diaz and fouled off, so she's behind in the count 0-2. Should have been 1-1, but kind of a lucky break there for Chloe. 0-2 just misses outside. 1-2. Here's the pitch. And fouled off. Count will stay 1-2. The pitch. And did she offer? No, held up. So the count will be 2-2. Lunar ready to go, and the pitch. That'll miss outside, 3-2. That was kind of a up and down game for Lunar in game 1. And this one, a liner, but into the outfield, just past the glove of Madison Ruiz at second, and it's a leadoff single for Diaz. She had 11 strikeouts, but gave up 11 hits and 5 walks and 5 hit batsmen, but came out there with the win. And to the top of the order here with Sandra Roberto. And that's in there on the outside corner for a strike. That's the fastball by her, 0-1. Roberto hit a home run that I think most of us here in the ballpark thought was going to be the game winner, a 3-run shot in the top of the 7th inning off of Lunar. Lady Tigers, of course, came up with their rally in the home half, and that off-speed pitch is going to miss low. 1-1. Runner on first and nobody out here in the top of the fifth. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up with the fastball. 1-2. She's definitely got some velocity on that fastball. It is, if she can get the location right, it's very difficult for the hitters to handle. The 1-2. That's outside, and runner was going, and it just clipped off the glove of Evans towards the backstop. So, oh, wait a minute. I think they're going to say she left early. Umpire says that she's out. So I guess she left before it was out of Chloe's hand, and so Alamogordo catches a break. No real argument from the Mayfield coaches, so I'm going to assume that they're in agreement. Oh, so no pitch there. So it's 1-2. Oh, did he have 2-2? Okay. I thought we were already 2-2. Fouled off and back at the screen, and we'll stay 2-2 now. Yeah, I thought that we were, because it was a ball. Huh. Maybe that was supposed to be 3-2. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Now, I suppose if Chloe surrenders a walk here, it might matter, but. And this is hard hit, and that is a foul ball up the first base line. Sanchez was giving chase to it over there, and actually, I think that's a change there. It's not Andre anymore in right field. It's Alexis. So, oh, they moved Sanchez to left field. Okay. Yeah. 2-2. And again, hard hit, but foul again. Count remains 2-2 here to Asandra Roberto. 7-2, Alamogordo in front in the top of the fifth. Got a break on the Mayfield base runner leaving first base early. Can't try to steal until the ball's out of the pitcher's hand. And that'll just miss. 3-2 the count. So full here on Roberto. Emma Enoch awaits in the on-deck circle for Mayfield. And again, fouled off. 3-2. I think the home plate umpire out of softball, so they're tossing in a few more here. Need somebody to go and shag some of those foul balls that have gone out of play. All right, here we go. 3-2. And hard hit, and that's a foul ball up the third base line. Dobby trying to get a glove to it, but that was rocketed. Ended up all the way out in the corner. Did not miss being a fair ball by a whole lot. And another 3-2 pitch. Still nobody on. Got a long at bat. This will be pitch number 10. I mean, technically pitch 11 because the runner left early. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. That was fantastic from Lunar. A lot of those battles in the first game she didn't win. Ended up in walks or hit batsman or base hit. And she fires the fastball past Roberto. So it brings up Emma Enoch, single and a ground out in her 2 tries. Sure what the warning was there. I guess they called a balk on her. Fouled off. So it's 0-1. And 1-1 because of the balk, and the pitch misses outside. 2-1. Two outs, base is empty. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off again, and 2-2. Here comes the wind of the pitch. And this is hit in the air to second. And the Lady Tigers eventually, with a 1-2 inning there was a single given up, but the runner out for leaving early. And the Lady Tigers have put up 4 consecutive zeros on the scoreboard on Mayfield, and they've got a 5-run lead going to the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. And by the way, that 7-2 score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. Did you know that this week is Community Banking Week? Community banks are so much more than just a bank in a community. We are bankers that believe in you. We offer favorable rates and low fees. We are the volunteers that step up to help at local schools, youth sports, and non-for-profit organizations. Community bankers support the community where we all live, work, and play.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. A called strike and then a swing and a miss for Maddie Ruiz. And it's 0-2. And something up the first base line. Softball come into play. Oh, maybe one of the kids threw it over the fence. I don't know what happened. We had somebody else on the field out there. Ruiz will foul this off, 0-2. Bottom of the order here for the Lady Tigers, 7, 8, 9, and they lead 7-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. As the 0-2's on the way. And Maddie able to hold off on a pitch that'll miss high, 1-2. You can hear the Alamogordo dugout yelling, and this is sent to left center field for a base hit. And Maddie Ruiz had a really nice day. 2 hits in the first game, and she picks up her first hit here in game 2 and battled back from 0-2 in the count. And so Ruiz will give Alexis Rodriguez a base runner to try and bring around. Alexis reached on an error in the second and popped out to shortstop in her most recent at-bat. Pitch misses high. For a crazy windy day, it's turned into a pretty nice night. A little bit of a chill with the wind, but thankfully the wind has given up significantly here. The 1-0. And outside, 2-0. going to see the catcher, Peyton Oliver, go out and talk to her pitcher. Yeah, this is a pretty important moment in this game. The Lady Tigers, if they have a really big inning, they could actually close out this game in the bottom of the fifth. They can plate 5 runs. Now, they haven't done that in this game. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, or 3 in the third, I should say, and 2 in the fourth. But Lady Tigers can string together some hits here. The 2-0. They'll get in there right at the knees, 2-1. Addie Chamberlain in the on-deck circle for the Lady Tigers. And here's a ground ball to second off the glove. And then afterwards, the shortstop came in to get the ball, and she collided with her second baseman. And that's going to be an E4. That right side of the infield has had some adventures for Mayfield today, unfortunately. And it's given Alamogordo some opportunities. So single in there, and it's first and second here for Chamberlain. And you got to think she's going to be trying to put down a bunt. Walked over and talked to Coach Ronnie Reyes in the third base box. She had hitting from the left-hand side a little bit in the first game, but she's predominantly been staying on the right-hand side. Actually, I don't think she's hit from the left-hand side at all in the second game. And tries to bunt one that was up high, but comes up empty. And the count is 0-1. It's been kind of a flip of the script here in game 2. Alamogordo's had more of the base runners, and there's a bunt from Chamberlain. That's a beauty. That just died, and did she get to first in time? What's the call? Oh, okay, they did not get the runner at first. I guess she did not have her foot on the bag. That was an absolute beauty. I mean, that thing bunted, and it just stopped. Like probably 4 or 5 feet in front of the left-hand batter's box. And she's even doing a little dance over at first base after laying down quite the bunt. So it's bases loaded with nobody out here for Amani Kosum. And that one will miss inside on Amani. 1-0. She is 0 for 2. A couple of ground outs and hit by pitch to lead off the game. Took one off the hands. Thankfully, no injury there. The 1-0. And she'll foul this off and out of play. 1-1. Can hear Coach Ronnie Reyes telling her to keep her head down. One of those people that his voice just carries in this baseball. You know, I don't have a mic right next to him, but you could always hear him. This is going to be fouled off again up the first base side, a little bit further up the line, but 1-2 now to Kosum. Got some softballs coming in for home plate umpire. I think, here's another one too. I think Lujan's already got one of those softballs, but here's the 1-2. And hard hit into the gap in right center field. It's going to score at least 2, maybe 3. Kosum rounding second. She will end up at third with a triple, and the bases are cleared. 3 runs home for the Lady Tigers. They lead 10-2. They had brought the infield in. It's one of those that if they're playing at normal depth there, the second baseman might have a shot at that. But on a line, out to the gap in right center. And what we were talking about a little while ago is much more realistic here for the Lady Tigers. If they can score 2 more runs this inning and they've got 1 on third with nobody out, they can put the close on this game. And I got to tell you, as the first pitch misses high to Evans, I just don't think you want to let the game keep going because of some of the leads that have been lost. So, I mean, you got the opportunity to close out this game. They've got a fantastic chance to do it here. Evans hold off. That misses a little bit low. 2-0. Single, error, single, triple. That's been the progression of the inning for the Lady Tigers. 2-0. And that's up the line. Is it fair ball? It is not. No, it is. Okay. The way that Kosum was holding up, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe she was slowly jogging into home plate. I guess she did that just because she had time, and it's 11-2. Unfortunately, with the Alamogordo dugout, I can't see that area up the first base line, but that's an RBI single for Haley Evans. And they're going to intentionally walk Chloe Lunar, but that does put a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And I think we're going to get a pinch hitter. It looks like Parker Wade. I believe. I heard Parker, so. Yeah. Yep, there she is. She's coming out of the dugout now. And I'm sure the home plate umpire has got all kinds of marks in and out of his sheet tonight, because this is a spot that Iceland Ortiz was in. She, if you're just joining us, took a liner off her leg. She was pitching the first 3 innings, and she knew right away that she wasn't going to be able to continue. And hopefully it's not a long-term injury. Hopefully it's just one that was, a painful thing. But I mean, there was nothing slowing it down. It was hard hit, and it was right off her lower leg. So. So we'll see if Parker Wade can come up with a hit here, and he can send everybody home possibly. Not the traditional walk-off hit like we saw, or the walk-off that we saw in the first game, but kind of the same thing. 4 runs home already in the inning, first and second here with nobody out. And Wade will step in from the left-hand side. See, maybe they're thinking bunt here. Trying to move the runners up. Well, she's going to watch that in there for a strike. Well, good patience. I mean, she hasn't been at the plate all game, so not a bad idea to see one across. Shows bunt, and she puts it down. That's a great bunt. Toss on to first, and she moves the runners up. That was beautiful from Parker Wade, and so the Lady Tigers can win this game on a sac fly here from Melissa Bautista. So we'll see if Bautista can finish things off here. She had a 2 RBI single in the 4th inning. And she'll watch the first pitch miss outside. It's 1-0. Well, pretty impressive game 2 here from the Lady Tigers. It looked like they were going to drop that first game. They rally, and they have been the team in control here in game 2. The 1-0 is in the dirt. 2-0. And hard hit, caught, and unfortunately Evans had gotten away from the bag a little bit, and so she, I don't know if she would have had a chance to tag up on that play. It would have been difficult, but Alyssa really hit that well. But Lady Tigers can still end this with a base hit. Davia will watch that one miss low. 9th hitter of the inning. Maddie Ruiz got things started with a single and eventually scored on the 3 RBI triple from Amani Kosum. And that'll hit her. And so it'll load the bases. So hit by pitch, and Maddie Ruiz will now have the opportunity to end this one. And she will come up for the second time in this inning. That first pitch will be on the inner half for a strike. 0-1. And a chopper up the middle, and that's going to end the inning. They'll step on the bag, and Lady Tigers came a run away from finishing off this game and not able to do so. So we'll go to the 6th. It's 11-2 Alamogordo on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Top of the 6th inning, 11-2. Alamogordo in front. Couldn't quite get the mercy roll finish there in the bottom of the 5th. And this is hit in the air just beyond the infield dirt in center. And that'll be a base hit to lead things off for Mayfield. And that's why Alamogordo wanted to finish off that game there, because we've seen leads not necessarily be safe. And who knows what could happen here as we roll through this game. And the pitch will miss outside. The 1-0 on the way. And that's outside, 2-0. So it's Ramirez with that single. And Peyton Oliver at the plate now. She is grounded out and singled in her 2 tries. And she will hit this high in the air, but foul. Now to play up the first base side. 2-1. Each team scored 2 runs in the first, but Alamo's kept Mayfield scoreless since then, whereas the Lady Tigers 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and 4 runs in the 5th inning. 2-1. That's in there for a called strike on the outer half. 2-2. The pitch. And a ground ball. This could be 2. They'll get the out at second, throw on to first. They got her 1-6-3 double play. And there's 2 down. Good turn by the Lady Tigers. That's always difficult for the pitcher to have to spin around, find yourself, and make sure you hit the second baseman on the spot. And then a great turn over to first base as well. Oliver tried to slide into the bag at first, but was a little bit late. And the first pitch to Ariana Lujan. The count is 1-0 as it misses high. Boy, what a huge difference from game one in the way that some of the things have gone down in this game, too. Pretty impressive. We just played that game an hour and a half ago, and how things can, switch up from one to the next is so wild to me. Foul off, and the count is 1-1. And how much this could be a confidence booster for the Lady Tigers going down the stretch. Fouled off again, 1-2. You've had a ridiculous amount of foul balls, it feels like, in this game. It seems like more. Maybe it's just because we've had a lot more people at the plate and, hitters getting on and, all of that. So. And she tries to hold up to get to that off speed, and she does, but sends it foul. Chloe will get some high fives from Monty Kosum and Davi Gonzalez before this next pitch. The 1-2. Called strike 3. Got her on the outside corner. And the inning is over. Pretty routine. Did give up a leadoff single, but a double play and a strikeout. And the Lady Tigers will have another chance. This time they only need 1 run in the bottom of the 6th to try to close out this game. If not, obviously they can close it out at the top of the 7th. We'll be right back.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Alexis Rodriguez leads things off, and she's ahead in the count 2-0. And there for a strike, 2-1 by Ariana Lujan. 8-9 and top of the order here for the Lady Tigers. The 2-1. And this is hits to left center field. That'll be caught by Enoch. And there's 1 down. So bring it Addie Chamberlain, who is 2 for 3, a couple of singles. She laid down a beautiful bunt in her last at-bat. And some good bunting for the Lady Tigers today. And just a little bit high. Alamogordo baseball, swept by Mayfield tonight, 9-3 in game 1, 5-4 in game 2. And so the Tigers 7-13, 0-9 in districts, and they'll be at Las Cruces coming up on Monday. Another bunt from Chamberlain. This one's going to roll foul, though, up the third base line. And it'll be a 1-1 count to her. Well, Lady Tigers, if they can get a run this inning, they can finish it, but they'll go to the top of the 7th with at minimum a 9-run lead. And another bunt, and that'll be 1-2. Lady Tigers gotten contributions pretty much all throughout the order. Chamberlain had a good first game and had a very good second game as well. Bonnie Cosen's got a 3 RBI triple today. Haley Evans has got 2 hits and an RBI. The 1-2. And that comes in and hits her on the shoulder. Got a lot of hit by pitches in this game, too. But the game-winning run is at first. And just took it on the shoulder. Seems to be fine. Kosa will step into the box. Not sure what Amani, she was making some kind of gesture, basically saying no or something, looking over towards the Alamogordo dugout. Don't know why, but maybe no talking. Maybe that's what it was. Runner goes, and it's going to be hit to short. Here's a toss on to first. I think she beat it. Oh, very close, but Amani not able to beat out the throw. So Chamberlain moves up to second on the 6-3. And so Haley Evans will come to the plate. And if she can get one into the outfield, I think with Addie's speed, she can score from second pretty easily here. And she rockets one, but sends it foul at the third base line. And out of play. Notice her. The Mayfield coach, whoever was up the line there, is not checking those balls anymore. He was busy tonight. I'm not sure it was a coach. He was wearing some of the same garb that the coaches were wearing, so I thought it was. The 0-1. Off-speed pitch is just going to miss. 1-1. Lady Tigers hoping for a big doubleheader sweep, and they thought it was going to be a called strike. It wasn't. They thought Haley went around. Umpire says no, and it's 2-1. Down and in, 3 and oh, gosh. That was a makeup call. 2-2. He should have called a strike on the last one, and they called a strike on one that was definitely down and in. Oh, you love it. 2-2. And a foul tip in the glove, and that will end the inning. So the Lady Tigers, they got a 9-run lead, trying to close this out in the top of the 7th. We'll see if they can do it. Stay with us. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
In for a strike to begin the inning against Annalise Perez for Chloe Lunar. She's having the count 0-1. And a check swing. And actually, this is a pinch hitter going around 0-2. As it is number 2 for Mayfield. And I'll give you her name in just a second. Desiree Acosta. And swing and a miss and struck her out. Great way to start the inning for the Lady Tigers. And there is one down. And number 1 on Helena Garcia comes to plate. Line out and a walk. What a difference also when you look at Mayfield's score sheet. Almost everybody had 5 at-bats in the first game, and they're running through the fourth. That's a called strike right at the belt. 0-1. Off speed's going to stay high, 1-1. Alamo fans wanted the strike, but that looked like that was high. And Lunar having to lace back up her cleat. One out and the base is empty. Lady Tigers trying to pick up a huge doubleheader sweep today. And how easily this could have gone the other way as this fouled off and deflects off the pole, holding up the netting. And it's 1-2. I mean, Lady Tigers were 3 outs away in a 3-run deficit in the 7th in Game 1 and rallied to win. And then they've kind of dominated here in Game 2. The 1-2. Fouled off, and the at-bat stays alive. Showing some good mettle here after a sweep by Centennial and then losing 2 out of 3 to Oregon Mountain last week. Next week's going to be a big challenge as well against Las Cruces. The 1-2. Hit in the air and could stay in play. Dobby trying to go after it, but that's going to kick off the top of the Oregon Mountain dugout. As the count will remain 1-2. We've definitely lost some fans here as the game has progressed. The Alamo fans seem like they stay, but they also don't have to make a trip back to Las Cruces tonight. So 1-2. And that's outside, 2-2. So if you are somebody that maybe was at the game earlier and is listening to me, hey, welcome. Glad that you're along. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, Lady Tigers 11. Ooh, that one just missed low. That was a pretty good pitch. I thought that was going to stay in the strike zone. Went with that off-speed drop ball pitch, and it's just fluttered outside. Here comes the 3-2. Called strike 3. Got her right at the knees. 2 down. And Chloe has looked considerably better than in Game 1 when she pitched, and she went the distance, got the win, but just had to scratch and crawl for everything. In this Game 2, when she had to come in the 3rd inning, she has really played well. And as the pitch misses outside, 1-0 to Jalen Barela. A lot of things, I think, to be proud of coming out of this game if you're the Lady Tigers. And if they can start building some momentum down the stretch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. I'd say for the rest of the district, look out, because they can get all 3 next week. They can certainly work their way back to 2nd place in district. Swing and a miss. Went after one outside. 1-2. Lady Tigers a strike away from the doubleheader sweep today and taking the season series against Mayfield. A big-time rally in Game 1 and pretty dominant performance here in Game 2. That'll miss high as Chloe Lost the handle on that a bit. 2-2. And boy, we started the game and it was 2 quick runs for Mayfield. You thought, we're probably going to have another back and forth game, and it didn't turn out to be that way. 2-2. That's low and away. And full now, 3-2 to Barela. Again, they'll be back at home on Monday against Las Cruces. And then on Thursday, they'll be in Las Cruces for a doubleheader. And here comes the 3-2. Hit in the air and foul at the first base side. We'll do it again. Throwing in a few more softballs. They're coming in from every direction. Third base line, first base line. And Chloe, trying to throw one with her glove, ends up throwing it to the third base line. And Haley have to walk over there and get it. Come on now. All right. All serious now. Chance to finish out this game here. She struck out the first 2. Here comes a 3-2. High pop up. This should be in play. It's in foul territory. Who's going to call it? Davi does, and she gets it. And the game is over. She was converging with Haley Evans, and somebody made the play, and this one is over. The Lady Tigers put them down in order in the 7th, and we will close things up on the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. Lady Tigers get the sweep, 12-11 in Game 1, 11-2 in Game 2, and we'll be right back here to Grady Fields and closing this one out. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Spring into a home equity loan with OFCU, offering a reduced home equity rate for your spring fixes. Now through the end of May, get a fixed rate of 5.99% APR for first lien position and 6.99% APR for second lien position. Unlock the equity in your home and save. Apply online today. OteroFCU.org. Other restrictions to apply. All in subject credit approval. Rates are based on creditworthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back. The Lady Tigers are winners. Game 2 of their doubleheader, 11-2 after winning the first game 12-11. And let's run through things. So Chloe Lennar pitches the final 4 innings, gave up no runs, and let's see, 1, 2, 3 hits, a walk. Oh, no, actually, you know what? She only gave up 1 hit. because those first 2 hits in the 4th inning were ice before she had that liner off her leg. And Chloe would strike out 1, 2, 3, 4 in her 4 innings of work. And, I'm not sure who gets the win in that situation. I don't know if it's the one who pitched more innings but regardless. Because Ice did have the lead when she left, but I don't know what, it's 5 innings in Major League Baseball, but not sure what it is in 7-inning games, to be completely fair. So, regardless, I thought pitched well through the first 3 innings, and plus gave up 2 hits, gave up 2 runs in the first, but after that, I think a walk and no further runs. Hitting for the Lady Tigers, Amani Kosum had a big 3 RBI triple in the 5th inning. Ended up going 1 for 4. Haley Evans was 2 for 5 with 2 singles and an RBI. Chloe Lennar went 2 for 2, 2 walks, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs for her tonight. Iceland Ortiz was 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. And then Andrea Sanchez, a ground out, a sacrifice bunt for Parker Wade. Alyssa Bautista went 1 for 4. A run scored and an RBI, or 2 RBIs for her tonight. Davi Gonzalez, an RBI and a single, went 1 for 3. Maddie Ruiz went 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Alexis Rodriguez, 0 for 4 with a run scored. Addie Chamberlain was 2 for 3 with a run scored tonight. So that'll do it for our broadcast. Thanks for listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. Hey, if you've been with us all night long, you are a champ. I don't know what to say, but it was a long broadcast, but it was a good broadcast because the Lady Tigers get a couple of wins tonight. So we'll have our next Tiger Sports broadcast on Monday as the Lady Tigers face off against Las Cruces. That'll be a 5 o'clock start time for. And we'll talk to you on the roundup tomorrow to wrap up the week. So some other final scores. Tularosa softball swept Socorro 14-0, 10-0. Alamogordo baseball lost 9-3 and 5-4 to Mayfield tonight. And I think that's all the finals I had for tonight. All right. Have a good rest of your evening. And there's an hour left of it. And have a happy Easter if I don't talk to you before then. And a very nice Good Friday. We will we'll hope you have you staying right here on Alamo Sports and Talk. Have a good one, everybody.
No roadblocks are scheduled today on Highways 70, 54 South, or 380. For the latest roadblock information, call 575-678-1178. Tonight's forecast, mostly cloudy and windy and dusty. Alamogordo expect a low of 53, Cloudcroft a low of 37. For tomorrow, partly sunny, mostly clear tomorrow night, but still windy and dusty. Alamogordo tomorrow, high of 75, low of 45. Cloudcroft tomorrow.